Namaste, I'm Krishna Joshi from National Gene Banks and focal persons from NARC for JEC projects. I'm gonna talk on the cultivar mixtures. Specifically, the title is Increasing Intra and Inter Varietal Diversity in Rice, Bean, Common Buckwheat, Finger Millet for managing disease, pest, and climate uncertainty in mountain agriculture. There are many cases of crop failure mainly due to abiotic and biotic factors. The farmers grow several cultivars in a field or adjacent field as a strategy to cope with heterogeneous and uncertain ecological and socio-economic conditions. To maintain the maintenance of the functional diversity is a good strategy for secure harvest. There are many success cases of cultivar mixers. For examples, the mixers of hybrid rice with traditional cultivars in China, and similarly, the management of disease through mixing many cereals. The left image is the variety of Jumli Marsi, and the right photo is the improved variety. Our working hypothesis is increasing the diversity, reduced losses from pest and disease, as we have seen here in the Jumli Marsi. The objectives is to develop the multivar, that means mixture of cultivars, and the second objective to understand the mechanism of intra and intervarietal diversity for reducing vulnerability and for higher seed setting. Here the left photo is about the blast damage in rice, and the right one is the drought problems in Humla. We are focusing on to minimize or to manage the drought in Humla and the blast in rice through developing the multivar. We try to document the existing cultivar mixture in the farmers field. For that we asked 22 farmers about any practices of cultivar mixture in any crops. We also conducted 8 focus group discussions, 4 in each districts, in Humla and Jumla. We also asked the research and development officers, traders, consumers, and growers. And this year, we also conducted field experiments in Humla and in Jumla and Dolakha. For mixing the cultivars, we identify some traits in the cultivars. Before mixing, we consider the traits that are related to space, for example, plant height, structure, and the traits that are related to manage disease and insect pest, and the traits related to drought management, and the traits for which we need the similarity among the mixing component. This left image is about the mean mixture trial in the Jumla, and in the right we can see the variations in influences color of finger millet and the variations in the leaf color. During the documentations with interviewing the farmers, we found the practices of cultivar mixers in beans, finger millet, and rice in Jumla and Dolakha. In Dolakha, some farmers they mix 3 local variety they call Dalli Kodo, Botangri Kodo, and Chalte Kodo, and all the cultivar mixtures the farmers said it's good for minimize the disease problems and getting the higher yield. There are very common and special cases in the cultivar mixture of rice in Kaski. For example, in Jigur Pohori in Kaski, the farmers they mix 3 variety of rice together, and this is very good for minimizing the lodging problems and monkey problems as well as to get the higher yield. I have listed here some other compositions in the cultivar mixture of rice. Through the focus group discussions, we found that the bean mixture in the Humla and Jumla is very good to minimize the risks, and the common seed in mixture are red, black, white, and mosaic seeds. And the advantages of mixing the beans are high yields, low disease and insect pest infestations, good productions even from drought and poor land conditions, high market price, and low problems during storage. There are only the mixing systems in beans, and farmers said they don't mix the cultivars in other crops mainly because of different maturity times and not tasty. We asked the growers and they said the cultivar mixer is very good to get higher yield, to minimize the disease. It has a high market value, and we found there are mainly 3 or 4 types of seed in the mixers, and there are high demand of mixers with black seed. Research and development officers said it's very old practice in Humla and Jumla, but no attention has been given by the research and development organizations. Traders said the cultivar mixers is more profitable, and it has a high market, and there are high demands of mixture with black and red seed. And consumers said it's very tasty and cheap and easy to cook, and consumers also prefer the mixture with black and red seed. The experiments conducted in the fields, you can see in details in the presentations of Ramchandra Prasad from Jumla and Sukhbad Guru from Dolakha, and similarly Sanjay Bister from entomology divisions. I will not explain about these findings here. The constants for cultivar mixers mainly are we have to develop the technology for mixing, harvesting, processing, seed production, and maintenance. And right now we have a policy that favor only for uniform variety, and we have to decide whether we can consider the varietal mixtures as a new variety. Also, we need to have extensive research to understand the mechanism of reducing vulnerability in mixture. In sum up, this cultivar mixers is very old and being practiced by farmers from ancient times, not only in beans as well as in other crops, especially for increasing yields and to manage the disease and other unpredictability factors. We found that trivalent multivar is very common in rice and bean. Multivar is better for managing abiotic and biotic factors. We have we have it's better not to consider only the yields. We also need to do the field experiment on larger plot size, considering mainly for drought and disease management. And another research area might be to identify the general mixing ability and specific mixing ability of each component so that we can identify the better components in the mixings to get higher yield, to manage the unpredictability. That's all, and thank you. And I would like to get comment and suggestion from you.